everyone, I'm Surabhi. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about Lapbooks. So sometime back I created a video about our homeschool curriculum for my 7-year-old where I told that for science we do Lapbooks. So people had the questions like what is a complete process and how you get it and all those things. So I understand that, thinking whatever I know I'll show it to you here and hope it helps you. So let's start from the beginning. So first thing is, what is Lapbook? Lapbook is a book you create yourself, but it will not be because it is targeted for kids. Kids will make it, so it will be very colorful, child friendly, and a lot of things driven with hands for kids. So I'll give you an example. Like, this is a lap book for my 6-year-old. She doesn't read, so still we had this kind of lap book where I had a printable. We did an animal classification, so mainly mammals classification. Not like mammals, vertebrates classification, where it got mammals, reptiles, amphibians, all those kind of thing. That is the first topic of science I choose for her because she knows some part of it. So this I took a printable, she colored it, and then there's a file folder. We did this kind of stuff. So like, what are birds? So she read about very basic thing. She drew. So now if she wants to, we talk about what are, so this is back page, again very colorful. So we talk about what are vertebrates and what are mammals, just like that. So we can refer back to this book, he wrote it that way. So this, and then this lap book goes back to my bookshelf and they look back to it whenever they want, and like that. So this is a lap book for my 6-year-old, which is very basic, very minimal writing, and mostly I read for her for finding the answers, like, what do you think, mammals have lungs or have gills? And then she said, Mama, lungs. Okay, can you write lungs? And then she write the spelling, all that basic stuff. And this is a lab book for my 7-year-old. She reads, she's a very avid reader, and she loves science. So her lab books are completely driven by her. Like, she wanted to do manatee, and I had to go and research about manatee and find the lab book. Now she wanted to do snails, so I have to research. So these are completely driven by her, so it is much more comprehensive than a lab book for my 6-year-old. So like, this is her lab book, like this one. So this just giving an outline, like what is lab book. So you can say it's a mini kind of book where we read about the topic, we write about the topic, and then in the end it goes to our library, a home library, where we can refer back to them, because we don't have a book about all those topics in our library, and we still want to learn about that. So these are the lab books. So you can do completely DIY version where you draw, color everything yourself, or whatever books you have, you create things around them. That's it. I do a printable version where I take a printout and it has prompts, it has all the information. So like, we do for science because thanks to COVID we don't have access to library now, and so I don't have so many science books here. Like for manatee, I could find only one book in my library, home library, that do 2 pages. So but these lab books have all the information. This printable, when you get, so we have all the data points, like, see, you get printables. So what is a phylum, or what is a kingdom, how do they reproduce, all the information you get. So even if you don't have a book of that topic, you can still go and get a printout, read about, the child will read about that topic, and then write the answers for the questions asked, and then make a lab book. So if this is not clear, I'm going to start a lab book for snails for my daughter, and I just got the printouts now. So that's what my aim of this video is, to show you how I'm going to proceed with it. So we are doing the lab book for snail's nest. Again, it is completely driven by my 7-year-old because she loves snails. After cats and dogs, the snails which you see the most in Singapore, because they train so much. So again, I don't have books for it. I have just this one book of that's very basic book which they are reading for last 3 to 4 years. Very basic Usborne book of snails. That's all the book. If I had a better book, I would have done a read aloud of it. Maybe I'll pick up some books and do some invertebrate read aloud when they're doing these ones. So that's what you can have a book if you have in a library, and we do read aloud of it before we start, because again, these are detailed, comprehensive topic. Your child will not be able to understand everything just reading those 2 paragraphs about a reproduction of a snail or a habitat of a snail. But if you have a books around it, you can read it you can explain to them things. And we use Google also, like I'll go and check Google if she has some questions, and you can use all your resources. So now what I got, so this is this is a website. If I can see you, I'll share it. It's called homeschoolshare.com. So from there I got a printable of complete lab book of snails. So I will show you in the like what all pages I got, and then how I arranged them, and then you can see how I'm going to paste it and everything like that. So here is a snail study and lab book. So it's a study book also, but because it's targeted for much older age group, my girl doesn't want to write, so I will remove some pages of it before doing it, but mine is Snail's lab book. So this is a file folder. You can have a cardstock, like this is like chart paper, but a thick chart paper, and you fold in a particular form, like A4 size, so that you can store comfortably in the library shelf, standard way. And then this was the front page of it. I stick, and then this all is empty as of now, and then we will start with this one. So see, I have got many pages of it. Okay, it's like different topics, different things. So these are the first, if you see, these are the when you get the printable, you will arrange them in the top of what are the fact pages. So these are the fact pages where they talk about classification, they talk about kind of snails, all this information. So on the very first day, I will give only these pages to my 7-year-old to read. All these pages, because she'll be curious to know what we are doing. But I don't expect her to remember everything, but just whatever she wants to talk, I will give her all these pages to read. These are all the fact pages of the snail lab book which she received. And then because that day she will be busy doing reading most of the stuff, so that day I will not give her much writing stuff. So this is what is a fact page of the snail book. And then this all will come in one printout only, but I'm telling you, I have just grouped them. This is the fact pages. Now these are the individual pages. So like this one, so where you saw in the first page only they told about kingdom and file and all those things. They have now given the writing prompts here. So once the child has read it, and then I will choose one of the page, either this page, these are the simple. So again I have grouped them. These are the simple one page only, like these. And then there are like heavy pages where like 3 to 4 so like that you group. So now first day she would read all of this and just do one sheet of it, where she would just write the kingdom, about the snail classification. Again, when you take a printout, you don't have to worry what to do, how to do. On each of the page they will give you instruction, like how to cut it, how to fold it, what all has to be written on this page, and that's it. So don't get overwhelmed, and don't give everything to your child on the first day. Okay, you'll get really scared. On the first page, I'll just show like this is our today's lab book. Today she'll read, and then she will, whatever she learned, she will write it here, and I'll help her out if she can't. That is day 1. On the day of, then once she has read all this, next day when I'm going to give her heavy writing work or like more detailed work, I will not give all the sheets to her. Okay, so like if second day I feel, I will give her this one, like snail respiratory system, and again this will give you all the instructions. This one tells you most of the information, like whatever is required to write here is actually written here. It has to be just reframed, understood, and then write under each topic. And even this one has the main context also had a topic of respiration. I checked that also. Okay, so that's what, you don't need anything, just this printable. And then on the day of second day, like the next week, I'll give her this page and tell her to read these things. If I have a read aloud, or if I have researched something myself, I'll talk about it, and then we will fill these ones here. And again they'll tell you how to cut it, where to write. So that way I will do. And then on the third day, again this topic is about the snail's life cycle. Again here I will check out that page which has a snail life cycle and give it to her. Like I think this is a reproduction, so I will give that page to her, not the full fact page, only that page which is. And then that day we will do only this writing stuff. So because I know this is a lot of heavy writing, I will not do anything else that day with her. Just do this writing, just read that topic. So first day you make the child read everything, you read everything, but later on you have to don't overwhelm a child. Just take one page of this one, and assumingly this is so this is a page of habits. So we are doing habitat. That day I will just give her the topic, like this is the topic of habitat, and this is the page I think for habitats, and I just give her singles. I'll remove all the fact pages, just give her this one page and just give her this habitat page. So one day of homeschooling is this one. She'll read this one, whatever answers they have asked it here, they have given the instructions here, just do it here. And then once she's written all these pages are ready individually, then I will start cutting and pasting. So ideally a child should cut and paste, but my 7-year-old doesn't like cutting much. My 6-year-old does, 7-year-old doesn't cut much. So after she's done, I will cut it, and then the way I have done in this one, like again they have given instructions which format will go how. Some are like open books like this, some have to be stepper like this. Again, if your child cannot write in straight line herself, I draw the lines manually, because these are targeted to different age groups. So I draw the lines manually for her so that she can write within one line. Otherwise she still doesn't have a habit of writing in the blank paper. So that's what I do. And then I do the fact pages again day by day. This is about mapping manatee. So not like these are small because this topic was only of predators, so I cut it small and put it here. This was, so these two were one page only, right? But when I did topic by topic. So I just cut out this topic and give it to her, read it, and then I pasted this one and this way. So you have to make sure that no, you don't overwhelm a child with a huge lap book. One page a day, one page of fact page, and one page of writing page, and that's more than enough. And but when it all comes out, like it takes 4 weeks for us, then it all looks very huge. But otherwise, like this one, manatee, why they are called mermaids and manatee, what was synonym. So here also somewhere was written, one of the topics was there where we did why manatees were called this one, and something like that. Okay, we will figure out. So that's how we'll figure out. So one page at a time, and that's all. And then when all comes together, it looks so beautiful and colorful, and the child really feel that, you know, she did it. So that is how we do the lab books. So it's a lot of hard work before you start doing it, because you have to finalize what your child needs, how we'll do it, and then you have to group the things. This is mermaids and manatees. So when we did this page, then we did 3 cutouts, because like that, like this way. So you can maneuver. You don't, like if I'm doing this one, I just cut out this page and give it to her this to read, find the information, and do the page which is about enemies. There's one page only about enemies, just do that one. Make sure a child doesn't get overwhelmed. That is my point, because they are huge. These lab books are huge. They are like 40 to 50 pages of printout. So hope it gives you an idea what we are doing, and thank you. Bye bye.